Business news against U.S. officials worldwide.
Almost all first reports that we get turn out to be wrong.
With Iraqis, both free Iraqis and those who have recently been liberated, and those who for liberation and for liberation, crystal clear. There'll be a good future for Iraq, for democracy and democracy, that democracy.
Why not use the Afghan model?
One thing is crystal clear, democracy. Free Iraqis liberated for liberation and resolve. There'll be a good future for Iraq. Transparent liberation, democracy, and democracy. Resolve.
Go ahead, store that, auto range store. Oh, another guy underneath, move right there.
Liberation, democracy, and democracy. One thing is crystal clear, democracy. Crystal clear, democracy.
Right
free
there.
Iraqis liberated for liberation
Roger,
and
he's
resolve.
Hit him.
There'll be a good future for Iraq.
Truck in him. Go forward of it and hit him.
Democracy and democracy. But one thing is crystal clear, democracy. I think this has been resolved. There'll be a good future for Iraq.
I feel very sad.
By invading Iraq, the President of the United States has greatly undermined the war on terrorism.
That there just wasn't anything to shoot at.
Worldwide.
One splash.
Satellite-guided, very heavy ordnance, probably a 2,000-pound satellite-guided bomb, a number of them hitting the target simultaneously. Those are among the most accurate munitions in the U.S. inventory.
A for a yes and a B for no. Do you like the bomb along with detonators?
The number of casualties across Baghdad is now so high that hospitals have stopped counting.
There'll be a good future for Iraq.
The big problem, I think.
Hospitals have stopped counting.
But I think
it's a cool with.
It is time now for a check of the global weather forecast with Mari Ramos.
The United States is seeking to develop nuclear weapons.
What should I do?
American lives at risk.
The United States is not at the mercy of the monopoly.
The bomb was small. The bomb was small. The bomb was
even bin Laden in this context.
Terrorism threat and those. First, let me. Dick, do you want to comment?
I would just say that
in the we have to.
I'm trying to recall his specific example. I can't connect it to.
From some how do you fix? Do you know? Would you check and see if I said that right now? Just a minute. If I did say we executed a lot of prisoners of war from some.
Well, British terrorism.
An Iraqi civilian was killed.
But would be
is at the point now where
crystal clear.
Let me correct this. I said they have executed POWs, and I did not say from what country.
Assassination.
Lives at risk. To. It because do you. I should add with which and
please,
the
well then,
but
let me say, Doc, in the interview that we did with you, you seemed that
was that I can just say that Dick, do you want to come in?
Well,
that there just wasn't anything to shoot at, that there just wasn't anything to shoot at, that there just wasn't anything to shoot at.
In a very short order, you run out of targets that are lucrative. And
that there just wasn't anything to shoot at. The
problem. I scrupulously, I don't know. Terrorism threat, it was quite unsuccessful. That was something that on the good Lord willing, and the judgment. As one of the to the good side, and I said, you know, and that but
shortfall in supply, but can they get prices under control?
300 people killed, women and children mostly,
weapon of mass destruction or nerve agent.
Judgment. And it may happen to an individual, it may happen to a cluster of individuals, it may happen to an army unit, it may happen to a village. Splash. Across a country. Because the facts on the ground are so different.
Propaganda machine has been operating most effectively.
The United States is seeking to develop
weapon of mass destruction or nerve agent.
43 weapons effects tests and diagnostic measurements.
It depends how good your intelligence is.
I think we shot him. He died later in hospital.
U.S. and other coalition forces.
And the other one?
Killed.
Not a good thing politically as well as militarily as well.
We trained some folks from who were Iraqis, but training people to kill people, and that's a problem.
Today I've got a couple of videos for you. The first video is of a strike on the home of Chemical Ali. We dropped 2 weapons on this target, but missed the first time, as you can see from the black mark. The second hit, its mark, and just as the Secretary just mentioned, we believe we were successful with that strike.
You're one that likes metrics, and I like metrics to try to measure what kind of effectiveness we're having.
Well, one thing is crystal clear: democracy. Free Iraqis liberated for liberation and resolved. There will be a good future for Iraq. Transparent liberation, democracy, and democracy.